Alright then guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we start this video, please do me a favor, click on the like button, subscribe and leave your comments in the section below because I really want to know what you think about this one. Manchester United 1, Chelsea 1. Just a lackluster performance really. Uninspiring. The attack, Manchester United's attack was basically non-existent. There's no threat. And you come away with one goal and a draw. I guess you take it, but really and truly, there's not much to it really. To say about this game. Look, before going into the game, I had a feeling that it was going to be a draw because it looks like, it's a game that is a draw, from start to finish because Chelsea are in a good form, but Manchester United have hit a good form because of, the sacking of Erik ten Hag, and Ruud seems to have injected some pace and some intensity into the club. So, it was always going to be a game where United was going to put up a fight, but I thought, it just seemed to me that it was a game that was a draw rather than a win for Manchester United. And of course, it was a draw. But the first half really, none of those two teams had clear-cut chances, to score. I mean, Noni Madueke had a header that hit the post, and before halftime, Marcus Rashford also had a volley with the inside of his foot that did hit the post. But apart from that, it was an open game really in the first half. Both teams sort of had possession. It was equal. No team was sort of ahead of each other. If you watch the game quite carefully, so it was sort of an even game really in the first half, but the game sort of came alive a little bit in the second half where United wanted to go for it a bit more, and Rasmus Højlund, a fantastic caressed pass from Casemiro, which Rasmus Højlund sort of controlled and then wanted to go around the keeper, and of course it was fouled. It's a penalty, and then Bruno Fernandes converts the penalty, and then of course typical Manchester United, 4 minutes later, after a corner from Chelsea, Caicedo hits a fantastic volley, right? A fantastic volley. You can't hit a sweet volley, better than that. And it was a goal, and it's 1-1, and none of those teams were able to kill the game off really. So yeah, it's just a really, with a draw, sometimes you just look at it and go, look, you take a point, and then you go on to the next game really. But if you look at it, a point away from home for Chelsea is really good because they are now in the top four. They've overtaken Arsenal, and then a point at home for Manchester United for us is really bad because we needed that point to sort of climb up the table a little bit, because we're now still down, I believe 11 at the moment, from 14th. So you look, you just wanted more from the team there. Ruud did set up the team the right way. I don't think that Ruud has, sort of gone away from Erik ten Hag's sort of tactics or the way he set up the team. I think in a game against Leicester and this game against Chelsea, United sort of set up in the same way really. It's just that there's a bit more impetus, there's a bit more urgency about the team, and players are putting themselves about, players are winning their one-on-one duels, they're winning the second balls, they're playing with passion. But I think, in terms of the tactics and the way the team is set up, and also, the team selection, really, there isn't much difference between Erik ten Hag's Manchester United and Ruud van Nistelrooy's Manchester United, as we have seen so far. But it just seems that the team is really playing, for Ruud. So yeah, they know that Ruben Amorim is watching from Portugal, and he's going to make notes of which players are putting in work, which players he wants to work with. So, if you're a player, at Manchester United at the moment, you want to put yourself in the good books of the new manager. So you're going to work hard, and basically it was an honest performance, but a really lackluster one that didn't get the fans any excited, apart from the penalty, which Bruno Fernandes took really, really well. And then, a draw, which is not a loss. So, you take a point, you move on from there, you go into the next game, and then you try to do something. So, next 2 games for Ruud, one in the Europa League, and then Leicester at home, in the, Premier League to end Ruud's, tenure as an interim manager. I mean, he looks assured, Ruud van Nistelrooy. He looks, the part. He looks like he's enjoying the role. He looks like he's, embraced the opportunity to manage Manchester United. As a legend of the club, he looks like he's really enjoying it. And long may it continue as long as it lasts for the next 2 games, and hopefully United win midweek in the Europa League, and then finally a win against Leicester at home on the weekend will be really good for Ruud van Nistelrooy. So then you're talking about 2 wins against Leicester, a draw against Chelsea, and then a Europa League win. Would be great to send Ruud off. Not that he's leaving. I think he still has the opportunity to stay at the club. Of course, when Ruben comes in is when we will know whether Ruud van Nistelrooy is staying at the club or not. But it would be great for Ruud to stay on, because he knows the club inside out. He knows the expectation. He knows how to win, and he can work with the forward players to get them going. The likes of Rasmus Højlund, Joshua Zirkzee. They can benefit from Ruud van Nistelrooy being at the club, and of course, other departments and other players, at the club can also benefit from Ruud van Nistelrooy being at the club as well. So look, all in all, it's a draw. Not inspiring. Really lacking forward, play and imagination. It is definitely not what the fans wanted to see. The fans wanted to see more goals. The fans wanted to see wins. Especially as Ruud is in charge for the next couple of games. But yeah, it's unfortunate with Chelsea that it did not manifest itself into a win. But you take a draw, you move on. There's still an opportunity to, fight for European places in the league, because we're still 9-10 games in at the moment. So there's still an opportunity for Manchester United to salvage something from what has been a very disappointing start of this season so far. So hopefully Ruben Amorim comes in, is able to establish his style of play, his way of working, and then to get the team playing and attacking and scoring some goals. So look, I'm quite interested in hearing what you guys thought about the game. Manchester United won, Chelsea won. For me, my man of the match today was Lisandro Martinez. I thought he was great. I thought he was very solid at the back. I thought he intercepted really well. He played some really good, line-breaking passes as well, and was solid. So Lisandro Martinez, my man of the match. Let me know what you guys think. Who was your man of the match? What do you think about the game? What do you think about Ruud's, tenure as an interim so far? And yeah, just leave your comments in the section below. Of course, subscribe to the channel. There's more content coming, and I'll see you guys on the next one.